when I had the idea to invite the students to speak about their lives, I had no idea this is what they felt. Some things I may have a clue about, but one of the things that crossed my mind was when these students start to speak these things, people may think it's self-praise, but it's not. The only praise that is named is God praise. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. And moving from here, I'm to give the feature address. And I want to do it different as well. How many of you all in here always wanted to learn to sing? Come on, it's alright. It's okay. Cool. Well, the graduates, well, we got then I have to ask you the other question. How many of you all believe that you can't sing because somebody's told you that you're tone deaf? Okay, a couple hands are going up. Good. I like that. Good. How many of you all enjoy listening to music? And if we add these hands here, we will have a full house. Because believe it or not, if you've never known before, music is a gift from God. It is a gift from God. And I think what makes it even so much more dynamic is the fact that the first voice that we've had, or God has blessed us with, or the first instrument, His voice. So I want you all to do something for me today. We're going to sing. Yes, you're going to sing. Now, I have 3 things I want to share with you today. And it's really faith. Now we're going to do this by getting involved. So do you all agree that you're going to help me to present my feature address? Yeah? Yeah? Cool. Okay, good. So, I'm going to sing something for you, and I need you to sing it, but if you don't know the words, because maybe when you were at primary school or secondary school, you never learned or watched the movie The Sound of Music. You know when they go do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do? Yeah? Most of us in here know that, right? Cool. So, you're going to have these guys, okay? So we're just going to do the scale ascending. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Right there. We're going to do it again. So if you don't know the words, we're just going to go la, 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 la. Yeah? Cool? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, and do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Excellent. And let's do it one more time because you all sound so sweet. And do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. The longest journey begins with the first step. And that's what we just did. For those of you who maybe never sung that before, you just took that first step. And sometimes we think that you see the goal that you want to achieve, but it's like, gosh, now we're alone. But how can we get there? We can only get there if we do this and step. You've seen a baby come to a stage of the crawling, and they look up these steps, and then on that stage, they start to step. They can see the top, but they know, I want to get on top there. Nothing is going to pick them from down there and just leave them out unless one of your daddy does that. Which we know at some point, we have to take that step. And this journey began with these students by taking that first step of believing that, you know what, these are the exams that we want to do. We want to go forward. I'll never forget when I asked the students at Princess Margaret School if they wanted to take the exam, and they asked me what grade. So I said, well, we can start at grade 1. And the other students said, so why we can start at grade 1? Why we can do grade 2? And I'm sure Jan remember that. And from there, it was like they said, you know, we can do this. The journey looks hard, it looks scary, it looks, sometimes there are times where you may be laughing, sometimes there may be times you may be crying. But we all know, and this is life, we all know that unless we take that first step, we won't know what's on the other side. We have to take that first step. If there's something in your life that you see that you want to achieve, if there is a job you want to pursue, if it's a degree you want to complete, if it's a relationship you want to heal, you need to take that first step. It doesn't begin with the teacher or the mother, or it begins with you. You have to be responsible for yourself. So our first key point today, in the step of which you sang the 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. You take that first step, because you can't get to re unless you pass do. You can't get to so unless you pass through mi and fa. You have to take the step. And we reach do. But what happens now when you realize you want to go a little further? We're going to do this one now, and it's these guys are looking at me like, oh gosh, you're going to put this on the spot again. We're going to do this one where I'm going to ask you to do the major arpeggio, where we go do, mi, so. Okay? La, la, la. We're just skipping re and fa, for those of you who can pick it up quickly. But we'll hear it. Okay? Do, mi, so. We're just going to go at the thing. Do, mi, so. Yeah, let's let them hear you, and then they're going to pick up from you. Go ahead. Do, mi, so. Good. Want to do it one more time for them? Ah. Do, mi, so. You heard that one? It's easy. It's just do, mi, so. 1, 2, 3, and. Do, mi, so. One more time, and. Do, mi, so. To get from do, to complete that exercise, we have to jump to mi. And to do that, it meant you had to let go. Have you ever thought about a monkey swinging through a tree? In order for him to get to the other side of the tree, he has to do something. He has to let go, right? He has to trust to get over the other side. And that's the leap of faith, is point 2. That leap of faith may mean different things for everybody else. But the leap of faith, you have to let go. And for me, that's trusting the only person that I know that will never let me go, and that's God. Sometimes we have to let go of where we are and go through that mid-year point in order to get to the next step. So it's like going through primary school, secondary school is kind of like the major scale. And then I realized, well, wait, no, when I finish secondary school, I maybe go university or community college, right? It's a bigger jump. But we still come back to taking that first step. We have, if we see things we want to achieve, we need to start, see where we want to go, sometimes step by step, and then sometimes you have to take that plunge. Yeah? Do you all get where I'm coming from? With taking these different steps. Yeah? So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to that scale, then we're going to go to the major triad, and then we're going to go to the final one. And I'm going to wrap up with you. Okay? So we're going to go back to the major scale. Ready? And do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Good. And then we're going to go to the major triad. 1, 2, 3, and do, mi, sol. You want something good? You should probably make some lyrics. Okay. This last point, I want to take you. You think we can do more? You think we can just stop at so? There's more we can do, right? Yes. I'm going to take you to the top. We've been there before. It's just that we're going to go there at a different level now. I want to take you to the arpeggio, which is do, mi, so, do. You ready? 1, 2, 3, and Good. I think you all getting the hang of it. So let's go straight into it. Ready? And do, mi, so, do. Good. Now, maybe some of you will probably think, man, I don't think I can go past that so, you know. I'm sure you all know that. Alright? What I'm asking you to think of doing is taking limits off yourself. I spoke with a student, Heather. And Heather told me, if there's one thing, Kelly, that I learned is to take limits off myself. She took the limits off herself. I don't know where you are in your life today, but stop putting limits on yourself. God has placed a gift in each and every one of us. Some of us know it, some of us are in the process of discovering it, and some of us don't even have a clue. But if you don't have a clue and want to find out, or if you're on that journey, and you may be feeling a little iffy, or if you are there, I'm going to ask you to go to who has created you. That's the only way you can find it, the only way you can hone it, and the only way you can live it. Is if you go to God. He knows your every desire. He knows how you breathe. He knows how you think. He knows how you feel when times are dark and when times are bright. God is. So you need to take the limits off yourself and believe in what He has placed in you. If you don't know what it is, find it, seek it, go after it. It might not be voice, that's fine. But if in doing voice, as I've heard this evening, that has put you closer to discovering more of yourself, then say praise be to God. So today I'm going to leave a couple of closing thoughts with you. And I hope that with the points we've touched on, I'm really going to sing again, you know. We're not finished. We're going to sing again. So we're going to go through the scale, the arpeggio, and the triad. So the triad and then the arpeggio. One last time, and then I'm going to give you these closing notes. Ready? And do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And let's go to the major triad now. Do, mi, sol. And then the last one, taking the limits off yourself because you can jump comfortably and get there. 1, 2, 3, and do, mi, sol, do. Ladies and gentlemen, music is a gift from God, as East Point Productions is God's gift to me. You don't have to be a singer. Once it means something personal to you, that's everything. And when they say that you can't, and it doesn't have to be about singing, about anything, and you believe that God has given it to you, say, this is why I can. And take that first step. The longest journey begins with the first step. Take that leap of faith. And last, but certainly not least, take the limits off yourself. Thank you.